Welcome to The Edge, where we celebrate bold thinkers and big ideas shaping the future of business in Nigeria and beyond. My name is Tochi Puta, and today we're serving up a double portion of creativity, culture, and culinary genius. Our guests today are identical twins, and they have an identical passion, cooking up a delicious storm and turning it into one of Nigeria's fastest rising food brands. From the kitchen to the hearts of thousands of food lovers, they've mastered the recipe for success. Meet the Niger celebrity twin chefs, founders of Quick Nosh.
My name is Chef Kenny, Niger celebrity twin chefs, and Quick Nosh, owned by Quick Nosh. I'm an executive chef of these three businesses. Yeah, my name is Chef Tai. Of course, executive chef of Quick Nosh, Warrior Quick Nosh, and Niger celebrity twin chefs. All right, so we were raised on a farm. We grew up in a very big farm, not the local. So we had a big house with farms, poultry in it. So we didn't used to go to the market. We always understood how to just use what you have in the garden to make some nice dishes. Of course, then we're the last of a family of five, and then we have only one sister, so everybody was forced to go to the kitchen to, to work in the kitchen. So of course, we didn't see another option than to cook with our hands, and then outside cooking as well, be creative with cooking. So yeah, and fast forward, it became a passion for us. We got here by deciding to get into a business that we have passion for. Growing up, we had to choose within two categories of dishes, one with salt, one without salt. The one with salt was for the kids, the one without salt was for our mother. She had a condition. So most times we all had to queue behind the one without the salt because it tasted better, it had a better aroma, it had a better presentation. So it really got us curious. What exactly is the reason behind us, avoiding food that was made with seasoning cubes and salt, and you're queuing behind a food just made conjured from herbs and spices to plug off a garden and all that. And that tickled our curiosity and made us more interested in the arts and the creativity behind what comes into a pot to a plate and becomes food. We had planned to come out globally from inception. So we wanted to have a name that speaks to every language, and then we actually thought of an English combination of words. So quick, Nosh. Nosh is a slang for food. Quick is fast, so fast food. However, the quick, at the point of registration, we found out we couldn't get the QSK. So we just went with the KUIK. So quick food, quick Nosh. That's what it is. So we started from the garden just down the road here. Something like a very nice garden. We had a very short, small hut. We had a kitchen, then we had a couple of what's called old wooden furniture outside. So the thing with our journey is because of creativity, so we have a reciprocity of creative work that we've done, and so when we get bored or we feel like we're plateaued, we just go there, pick up something. It could be something that we have done in a minute. Right. So now that I'm mentioning this, we think we should have a Bushman platter. Yeah, or a Bushman combo. Yep. So watch out for that. Bushman combo. You have he's more fierce. He's more I need to look for another word that will not make me talk down on his personality. He's meaner, yes. And then I don't call that mean. Shut up. He's meaner, right? He's meaner, and but in a good way. And I'll just follow me. I want to walk you through the personality. Is it blunt or more blunt? But still meaner, right? Regard me as being fair. I calm his meanness. He polishes my fairness. So let's assume that we're on a negotiating table, right? And you're a third party. For instance, I'll look out for you. which makes us transparent. But he will look out for the loopholes in the contracts. Do you understand? And that's so we are not tilted to one side of a table, right? We enter every conversation, every negotiation, every art, every craft with that mindset. I've never tried to be who he is. He's never tried to be who I what. In short, what I try to do is I try to better him, try to better me.
This is Still the Edge. Time now for Money Minute. Here, we break down the business behind the flavor. Running a restaurant isn't just about recipes, it's also about revenue. So, what does it take to really keep the kitchen profitable? Now you know, success isn't just served, it's calculated. It's amazing how shared passion can be turned into a thriving business. Now, let's find out what keeps that fire burning. It's back to our conversation with the Niger celebrity twin chefs. Let's take a look at the journey of the grind.
It's really okay to fail, first of all. People really get scared of failure. I mean, you want to start a business, it's not even about restauranteering or as long as you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to actually own a business. Don't get into it with an optimistic mindset initially because if you do that, you are going to, and I'll say when, not if, when the chips are down, you are going to get frustrated. So you need to get, with the mindset that it's okay to fail as long as you understand that your failure is another attempt towards success. It's not just you are down in the mud, right? And then secondly, you need to understand that if you're lucky enough that your business is your passion, then you're good for it. If you're not, you need to find something within the balance that actually makes you crave for what you do. Like for us now, we're lucky enough that this is something we find interesting as a line of work that we do. So on the days that things are down, you can still wake up in the morning and come back to it. And that's where the next point comes in, that's consistency. So you see, I've not mentioned anything about money yet. So consistency, you need to be very, very consistent at what you do. You have to do it all over again. Okay, so our challenge is right from inception. You see, you have government policies, you have staffing, you have if you're not meticulous enough to put a structure that follows through the process, you are liable to have service failures according in every part of the business, right? And there are times when money is a challenge as well. You have an idea, you want to follow through, and there's not adequate funding to get that done. So you have to start as little as you can. That is the challenge at times because it pulls you back. Where you have to build brick on brick and gradually go from that. Human resource is one of the biggest challenges in our industry because it kills your dream. Because at the end of the day, nobody drives your dream or your idea or your vision the way you will. So what you need to take note of that so that when you are recruiting, recruit people that would have share the same vision with you because you can't always be available. If you sit at your restaurant or your business 24/7, you're not growing because you need to look at means why you want to expand. So at the end of the day, that for me is one big area because it still happens. It's still going to happen till tomorrow. People once you hire them, they start once they do your bidding for a bit, they start to show their true selves, and then you need to be very thorough to bring them back on course. I'm a fast cutter with and I use the knife called butcher knife. So that's the big knife, right? So I use that a lot to, chop vegetables, onions. I've had different cuts on my hands and my fingers, and I've had burns because of the might of our dreams. We tend to take things. In fact, if it's not too big for us to handle, we don't get into it, right? So we are very, very big risk takers. So, and some of this project might be dependent on human resource. Some might be funding. Some might even be you have already taken care of both, but you just have seasonal challenges of like for instance, let me even go as immediate as possible. Last month was really tough because of the rains and the business throughput was went downward. So if you don't have the regularity and the experience to understand that there's nothing wrong with your model, it's just the time and season that could frustrate you a lot. We have taken our culinary journey into something else that makes us sell our craft to professional bodies. Okay, we have coined a model from one of our platforms called Nigerian Chefs to be able to appeal to different government institutions. This is what we do daily while we're still chefs and while we're still creating new recipes. Okay, so it's a full circle of personalities embedded in one. So the day I'm not cooking in the kitchen, I'm creating a new platter. So like this weekend, I have an event. We have a big wedding this weekend, and for that during that wedding, we're going to be chefs, right? But we're going to be chefs. We're still going to be entertainers because it's also something we do called food entertainment. So we've also understood how to use our craft to make serenade an audience. We don't want to sell food. We want you to eat food and be happy while you eat and then see us serenade you. So we are doing that as well. This is our journey. We used to be called programmers, software programmers, and then while we're chefs. So but we have decided to put that off and just stick to being in this culinary space. We put up structures in place, right, that can help us run some of these things. So at the end of the day, you can't personally be on top of all these things yourself. I can't be the person handling the money directly. I can't be the person that is doing the procurement. I can't be the person that is creating the recipes. I can't be the person that is making the dishes. So there has to be structures. Hence why we cook Nosh.
Time now to hear what their customers have to say about the Quick Nosh experience, from taste to teamwork.
So I actually heard about them the very first time from a post on Instagram, and it looked really interesting. I saw the huge platter that they served, and I thought, okay, hey, looks interesting. Next time I'm in Abuja, I'm gonna try it out and see. And so I came, and I like the fact that it was really varied. There were so many different things to pick from in that platter, and it was really well done.
I was invited by a friend for chill and grill, and the experience was mad. Their grills, the customer, the waitresses, very friendly. The chefs, their whole performance and all, it was worth it.
Quick Nosh has staff that are very customer related. Their services are really customer centric. So you have servers who are interested in ensuring that the customer has the best experience whatsoever.
They did well. They did well. They were friendly. They were polite. They did well.
The owners are really gifted at what they do. They're quick, they're responsive, they're open, and I think that that's a plus for them. I think Quick Notch has an edge because of the creativity of the things that they offer.
It's clear, good food and good energy always find their crowd. Every successful brand has that one thing, the edge factor, that makes it unforgettable. And for Quick Nosh, we want to know what's that special sauce.
Whenever you see us come out on any screen or with any product, it means that we've scrutinized and went back and forth. We've agreed to disagree several times on a particular task. Constantly disagree on almost everything. But so the good thing about it is we do it with good reason. So let's say want to roll out a new platter, I'll look at it from this angle because well, you see things from different perspectives all the time. So, but the good thing about it is it goes through scrutiny and a lot of refining. And then when we realize that is we are not making progress, we need a third party because now it becomes an odd number, so we cast a vote. But what we now do is we expose all the cards to the third party and say, okay, what do you think about this? Right? Even down to taste of food. There are times when I'm making a dish and I say it's too sharp. It says no. It thinks that the spice is overpowering. Then we say, okay, fine, call a third person. And so we just try to be balanced with all. The taste of the food constantly is consistent. We're known for using serving quality food because we don't joke with spices and we're always very big on that. So you can taste out of every spoon you take of dishes, you can feel every flavor and spices in it as number one. Number two, we are also known for selling or serving platters. So we have also been able to carve a niche for ourselves because of things of jam platters, whatever. So people go out in clusters. You're going out with a girlfriend, you're going out with a boyfriend, you're going out with a family member, with children. Instead of ordering different dishes, because our restaurant is under the a la carte structure of restaurant chain. So you don't have to order pounded yam, order issue, order beans. Just get a combo that fits you guys. And we've done that very well over the years, and we have a lot of combos and platters that appeal to different occasions and stuff. We have failed a lot of times at a lot of things, right? So our experience today and our exposure comes from the hard knocks of what we've been through, right? Now, if you're able to convert all of that into positive line of work, you'll find out that people will start asking, oh yeah, what really differently from us? We sell the same food. Let's give you an example. I mean, have a 5 table reservation and I get a bad review about it. So someone else will try to argue about that. Rather, I'm trying to learn what happened. I'm trying to own the failure. I'm trying to make it not repeat itself. So I'm approaching it from a very objective mindset. And we're not trying to be that restaurant that would not serve, would not, deliver a bad service. No, it happens in our line of work. I mean, people have different expectations. And once it's cut short, then it's relative eventually. We also make sure that we don't play too on our creativity. So we are constantly creating. We have done a lot of things where just last night it seemed like an idea and today is a reality. So there's a rugged and aggressive approach from our ideas to transforming that into reality. We can just be here now, have an idea, and the next thing we're trying to implement it. And the difference now is that our implementation doesn't come from the angle of will it succeed? No. At that point we don't care. We want to see it work or don't work. So we don't want to be told. We want to see it ourselves. So I think that's really priceless. That's a lot of energy. That's a lot of vibration. So because of that, that's an edge that we have over every other contemporary.
Let's bring you our edge quote for today. That one line that inspires you to push beyond any limits. Passion truly plated with purpose. This is Still the Edge. It's been a journey of grit and joy for the Niger celebrity twin chefs. But what's the future forward for Quick Nosh? That's up next in our concluding conversation with Chef Kenny and Chef Tai.
It's going to speak to more global visibility. It's also we are going to touch on every aspect of culinary, from factories to fine dining restaurants, to farming, to mobile trucks, to condiments and spices. So what we are doing with the brand and the group is to touch on every aspect of culinary, so that eventually we're able to recycle everything within the structure. So we would not depend on. So we really want to own everything that we sell. So what comes to you as the last product, which is food now on your plate, has been recycled from every version of our, group. You understand? From the farm, from the rice, from the condiments, our ketchup, our barbecue sauce. Yeah. Even in the next 2 years, pretty much, you should already have been able to start establishing franchise around at least Africa first off, because the works we're putting the works, and then we are very, 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 very realistic, because we try not to be very optimistic with business. So we're very realistic and sitting that the goal we're putting to at the background and the work we're putting, max 2 years, we should actually be there to cover and capture the Africa, then we can start looking intercontinental. Don't don't think down on your ideas. Not every idea depends on money initially. No, you need to create first. You need to make sure that you have the confidence to run an idea through its failing points. And once it gets beyond its failing point, it means that you have tried it several ways. And only you are able to tell what you did wrongly and how you do what you're going to do right this time around. You have to be consistent. You need to believe in yourself. You need to find a balance to make this craft passion for you, for yourself. And then you need to be objective. You need to be open to criticism. Restauration is very, very, very vast. So you need to come into yourself. What kind of dishes do you want to sell? What style? Is it fast food? Is it a la carte? You need to build a structure. You need to be very consistent, very, very consistent, and you need to be ready to fail. So that once you fail, because you're going to fail, definitely. Once you fail, you don't feel bad and you don't give up. So it's better for you to put in your mind, okay, when I fail, what do I do? So you can immediately just bounce back, and that's how we think all the time. What I'm doing right now at some point might just fail. Just so once it fails, what do you do? And also, don't let all the policies up because this government has a lot of policies that somehow are not favorable to SMEs. Okay, but don't let that deter you. Keep pushing through. Keep pushing through. Keep pushing through. Keep pushing through. End of the day, consistently you hit the mark.
Well, our guests are not just feeding appetites, but feeding ambitions too. Edge Tips is up next.
First of all, you need to be exact on what your passion is. A lot of people can't even tell what their passion is. So it's pretty much what you enjoy doing. Once you're able to highlight that, then the next thing is look for an audience that would actually are okay and happy to be exposed to what you do. What success for me is consistency, and consistency speaks when nothing is working, but because you have to keep at it back to back. Hence why consistency. So identify and be certain that that thing is a passion, and then constantly bring it to the fore.
Simple, practical, and yet powerful. That's your Edge Tip for today. It's been an amazing time today, but before we go, here is how to connect with us. From the idea to the grind, to what gives them the edge. The Niger Celebrity Twin Chefs prove that when you mix talent, teamwork, and tenacity, success is served hot. That's all on The Edge for today. Join me next time for another bold story and a big idea right here on The Edge. My name is Tochi Eputa. Stay inspired, stay bold, and stay on the edge.